So as you have no doubt heard by now, Walmart has announced that they are increasing prices within their stores because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Well, when that word got out, Trump threw a hissy fit because he couldn't understand why Walmart couldn't just eat the costs of the tariffs. Well, Walmart just announced that they will keep prices low for as long as they possibly can, but eventually they will have to go up. When importers and exporters are paying double, triple, or more for the same goods that they used to bring to our shores, then yeah, eventually the buck is going to come due. We have seen ports on both the East and West Coast decline rapidly in the amount of goods coming in and going out. And regardless, whatever your financial situation might be, everyone shops at Walmart. So even if you are willfully ignorant to everything that Trump is doing, you're not going to be able to overlook paying more for what you currently pay for now at Walmart. So again, if you voted for Trump, then you voted for this. Good job.
I'm in Walmart right now. So Walmart came out and said that they're also going to have to raise prices because of the tariff increase. A year ago it was 10%, now it's 30%. Of course, very recently it was shot up to 145%. The one thing I can't help but think about is how many shelf labels there are in here. Like, this is just the wiper blade aisle. So now, because of this fight that no one asked for, still no one can defend and understand, every retailer out there is going to have to change their price tags. The logic initially was to do American made, but even that is thrown out the window. Yet another way we stick it to the hourly worker, right?
You say that Walmart should eat the cost of the tariffs. Is that an acknowledgement that it is U.S. companies that bear the brunt of tariffs, not foreign countries?
Sometimes the country will eat it, sometimes Walmart will eat it, and sometimes there'll be something to pay, something extra. I've always been a fan, and I've always believed, and if you look, take a look at what I did 4 years ago. We had the greatest economy, and we had no inflation. Remember that. We had no inflation, and yet we had hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs that I put on China, yet we had no inflation, we had no big cost differential. Oftentimes, and I don't like it when a department store, because they'll do a lot of business, but you know, they announce record profits and everything else. They have to take out some of their profits.
All right, Maggot, did you catch that? Okay, so let me break it down for you. What Donald Trump just told you was, when he sees fires, he sees fire trucks. And if not for the firemen bringing the fire trucks, we may or may not have fires. We need to get rid of firemen.
Okay, so if you shop at Walmart, Temu, Shein, and I believe Best Buy, prices are supposed to go up at the end of this month, okay, which we only have like a week left for prices to go up. Oh, due to the tariffs, of course, right? Now, we've been saying that prices were going to go up for a longest time, and these companies been saying that prices were going to go up, and some prices have went up, but I guess they're going to go up some more. Walmart pretty much came out and said that they have to increase the prices because they cannot sustain pretty much what's taking place with the tariffs, and they have to make sure that, I guess, they can do business. However, we want to remember that when we as the community pay the tariffs, Walmart don't pay the tariffs, so they stick the bill to us. Okay, so any company that increases, they're increasing, we're going to pay that, not them. Okay, so just know that when you go to Walmart anytime at the end of this month or going into June, and you see prices have changed, that is why. Now, how much prices are going to change to, we do not know, because it did not really say a percentage yet, or I didn't see one from where I was reading. It just said that they came out and said that the prices will increase on those particular stores. And there's a few more. I think I seen Ralph Lauren and Adidas and other few stores that I feel like a lot of people may not be buying those type of things right now, because we're like, food and clothes are the most important. But just know that tariffs and the prices are going to go up on some things at the end of this month. So when you go to the store, you won't be shocked. I don't know.
Don't shop at Walmart. They're not out for your interest. They're only out for the bottom line. Trump's team has found that they are raising prices on American products and blaming it on the tariffs. So they're not for your best interest. When Sam Walton died, he was a kind man. His kids took over and became greedy. Anyway, That's just my thought for the day. Check it out if you don't believe me, but I'm going to boycott them.
Starting tomorrow, Walmart supermarkets in all 50 states will officially launch a price defense war, doubling the price of all goods. Not an April Fool's joke, Walmart executives declared overnight the number of imported goods is decreasing precipitously and the shelves are about to be emptied. In order to avoid the public rush to buy Stampede, we tearfully decided to let the price of the first to win the panic. Made in China evaporated. Toys, electronics, small appliances completely out of the market, while the local alternatives are proudly printed. Made in the United States, of course, is double the price. Tonight, supermarkets across the U.S. will stage a final doomsday frenzy. Mothers in Southern California push mountains of toilet paper to the checkout counter. White-collar workers in New York fight over the last pack of Chinese-made batteries. And Walmart's CEO smiles in front of the camera. It's a patriot's choice. We're not raising prices. We're paving the way for a made-in-America renaissance. Tomorrow, when you pick up a carton of eggs priced at $8, remember that this is not inflation. It's Trumponomics' customized new luxury routine. Yes, it's not exploitation. It's Walmart doubling the price to teach you the first lesson of survival. Go! Before the clock strikes midnight, use today's wallet to save tomorrow's despair.
So the tariffs are hitting because I was at the grocery store yesterday and saw that paper towels are now $25. Seriously, has anyone else developed the coping mechanism of just commenting about how tariffs are impacting prices loudly in the hopes of being overheard by maggots who will feel shame, or is that just me? Anyway, yeah, yesterday I was in the paper products aisle discussing the impact of tariffs on paper products with my husband, genuinely trying to figure out like which ones would be affordable. We were looking to see what was produced domestically. It turns out a lot more paper products than even we realized, as people who are pretty plugged into all this stuff are produced in Canada. Makes sense. They've got the forests and everything for like sustainable logging. But yeah, all the paper products, they're produced like in North America, but not on this side of the north-south border. They're from Canada. And so the multi-pack of paper towels are like $25, or if you want to go for like the cheapo ones that are like maybe less ply, less money spent on like marketing, all of that, $16. Or you could get a single roll of the generic for like $6 or $7 before taxes. Yeah. Remember when the multi-pack of generic used to cost like $6? I do. It wasn't that long ago. I knew these prices were coming, but I still wasn't emotionally prepared to pay for 4 packs of paper towels what used to be the cost of stocking up on groceries and not even being that budget conscious for like 2 weeks for my household. We went from buying like smoked salmon and cheese along with the food we needed to survive for 2 weeks to you could get 4 packs of paper towels for that money. Fuck Trump.
Walmart, y'all's prices are a little too high for y'all to be doing this with y'all's chicken.
I'm at the grocery store and these prices are crazy. $10.79 for 8 cones, $6.99, $4, $5. What gets me is these Snicker bars, $6.09, and there's 6 in a pack. Garlic bread is $4, $5. Look at this for $6.59. Being that it's the store brand, it should be cheaper. And then we got the bougie Bluebell for $10. This is crazy. So you want to feed your kids some pancakes, $3 and $4 for a box. And sausage biscuits are $8. It's ridiculous. You cannot feed people one meal. So on average, I think everything is like $5. So if you are hot this summer, these popsicles are going to be expensive. So I don't know about you, but I need a second income to buy groceries. So if you want to make some extra money, comment the word ready, and I would love to get you started.
The trade war isn't over. It's just been rebranded, and you're still paying for it. You might have seen the coverage. Trump reduced tariffs on China, and suddenly people are acting like the crisis has passed. Markets are up. Commentators are sighing in relief. It's like they want to believe we're back to normal, but we're not even close. And the truth is a lot uglier than the headlines let on. Yes, Trump lowered tariffs on China from 145% to 30%, but 30% is still extreme. And tariffs on the rest of the world are still locked at 10%. That's the highest level in generations. It's the policy equivalent of switching from a sledgehammer to a crowbar. Still destructive, still blunt force, just a different tool. Walmart announced it'll have to raise prices. Why? Because they're paying more for everything they import. Trump's trying to pressure them to absorb the cost that he imposed on them. But here's the choice. Either Walmart raises prices or it cuts jobs. And either way, working families lose. Tariffs are taxes, full stop. And the people hit hardest are the ones who can't absorb it. Lower income Americans spend more of what they earn, and they spend it on goods, not on services. And tariffs hit goods, clothes, household basics, over-the-counter meds. This is a tax on the working class. The less you make, the more it takes from you. Paul Krugman says this tariff policy, even post-adjustment, is 7 to 8 times more damaging than the Smoot-Hawley tariffs, the ones that helped crash the global economy in 1930. This isn't just inflation, it's stagflation, higher prices and slower growth. And it's not a maybe, it's a math problem. Trump can only do this because Congress gave away its power. Emergency trade laws let presidents bypass oversight. One man can now shock the global economy on a whim. That's not leadership, it's a broken system. If you want this to stop, call your representative. Tell them Congress needs to take back control of trade policy. No more tariff by tweet. No more chaos disguised as toughness. We need guardrails. We need accountability, and it starts with demanding it.
Hey guys, so I'm here at Walmart, as you can see, and I had a member tell me that they were checking out for food the other day, and they were in the process of checking out, and she looks around at the checkout count, at the checkout with the cashier, and she's like, how much does my food cost? And I'm like, and they're like, they don't know because they can't see it. So now, apart from shutting down the self-checkouts, Walmart has also decided to take away the monitor that tells you how much your food costs. If that's not the strangest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So in other words, you don't know how much you're paying until you've paid for it and got your receipt. Has anybody else had this issue at Walmart? Is this happening everywhere? Because if so, this makes me not ever want to come back here again. This is really ridiculous, you guys. Like, that was so weird. Even the cashier who was ringing me out said she agreed that this was the strangest thing. And she told me that they also closed off the self-checkouts. So that's pretty strange, you guys. That's really strange. I'm not sure why they did that.
I'm realizing that I don't think people understand that Walmart isn't necessarily producing the products they're selling. They are selling a variety of brands in which they purchase their products from those brands. And those brands are the ones who are also dealing with tariffs and price increases. And where it gets interesting, and read the comments in some of these feeds where people want to say that, you know, Walmart is greedy and they're price gouging, all of that. But the reality is that they're protecting their bottom line. Now, I'm not saying that profits aren't being made, whether it's from Walmart or from the individual brands, but there's more to it than just the cost of goods being imported at 10%, 30%, or 145%. Now, I could make other videos on this topic, but I'm going to stick to something that no one's really talking about. I just can't remember what that is. I forgot my train of thought, but I remembered. Okay, here's the deal. As I mentioned, Walmart sells other brands' products. Well, those products are also sold in other outlets. So it could be Target, it could be Walmart, it could be, you know, any of these big box stores, CVS, anything like that, right? So before Walmart increases their prices, they have to have conversations with the brands, because those brands are being sold in other channels of distribution, and that brand has to protect the customer perception of their pricing. Those brands most likely have customer loyalty, customer expectations, and those brands being sold in multiple channels of distribution have an integrity they need to maintain, and they can allow one channel of distribution, so Walmart or Target, to jeopardize, hinder, or negatively impact that brand's integrity. We should understand or anticipate well-known brands that are sold at Walmart are most likely going to have price increases in other channels of distribution as well.